Good morning again on the 23rd of January, and it is just after 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And welcome back to davidsbarter.com. A moment ago, I was talking about that I was seeing that Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney are running against each other, and I was hoping and praying that the American voter would vote for the very best leadership that we could possibly have, because we do indeed need leadership. Unfortunately, sometimes good leaders might be held back because of the politics that they have to maintain, because that's all part of the process, and getting the right leaders is going through the political process. And indeed, it's one of a lot of energy, a lot of energy. I was talking to my mom a couple days ago, and I reminded her that up there is a picture of my father. That actual picture is when he was in the was when he was in the Army Signal Corps. But as a 6-year-old, my father ran for political office, public office, twice in his lifetime. And the first time I was 6 years old, and he was running for councilman for the precinct that we lived in Canton, Ohio. And as a 6-year-old, I took that card. It's a little index card size, and went to every single house in our precinct and asked them to please vote for my father. Not enough of them did. Not very many did at all, as a matter of fact. Well, he got some votes, but he's also beaten. The individual who beat him received twice as many votes as he did. But neither here nor there. It was all part of the process. And my father thought that he could do best by sharing his passions with, in a political type environment. But then when I was 18 years old, he actually bought a small newspaper. It was a newspaper type format at that time, and it was always his dream. He was a journalism graduate, and it was always his dream to publish his own publication, whatever that might be. And when I was a senior in high school, he got that dream. He invested in that dream, and I was very fortunate as an 18-year-old to be able to listen to the discussions that my father had as the buyer of a business versus the individual from whom he was buying the business, the seller of the business. I remember very, very well. We had three different meetings, and the deal was it was pretty much in agreement that the deal was going to happen. It took three meetings to actually make it happen. That was a big step in my life, because not realizing 7 years after my father bought the publication, 6 years after he bought it, he passed away. And in the next year, I bought it from my mother because I wanted to have a mother and son relationship with my mother, and not a business relationship. It was pretty difficult to have that business partnership, but that's okay. It was something that neither one of us had planned for, and circumstances made it happen. But it definitely worked out for the best. My mom got in compensation what my grandfather told me I would pay his daughter, and it was a well, I didn't know if it was I didn't know in terms of business. Was it a good investment? Was it a bad investment? At that time, I did not know. Didn't have enough information, but I can tell you, looking back, uh, well, that transaction actually happened uh, 38 years ago, and it was a it was a great place to get started. It was a great place to get started, and here's a great place to end this 5-minute YouTube.